Hello everyone, this is Hyperion-Blue-GT here. We are ready to move on in the real first week of November as today's weekly challenge on Gran Turismo 7. So I hope you guys did a lot of good exciting moments by watching the Gran Turismo World Series Round 3 at Los Angeles for the Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup. But this is going to be quite very interesting to have all kinds of different vehicles when they're about to take a good stop-by visit at the GT Car Fest, and also to have some very good exciting moments about the Manufacturers Cup at Michelin Raceway, World Atlanta, and 2 races for the Nations Cup when using the Chaparral 2J 1970 at Watkins Glen International Long Course, and the Gran Turismo Red Bull X 2019 at Daytona International Speedway on the road course. So let's get to it, and this will have to be prepared to go with 5 cars only. We'll go in all-wheel drive to have a good eyes on the special event for the Toyota Land Cruiser FJ43. We'll go into the asphalt as round 2 at Osage Test Course Reverse. But plus, we got some other 4 events as we're about to have American Sunday Cup 600 at Grand Valley Highway 1 Reverse, Colorado Springs Lake and Pickup Truck Race, Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit and Racer Turbo Sports Car, and Group 4 race cars will take on Dragon Trail Gardens Reverse and the World Touring Car 700 to get 3 prizes at once with 2 credit tickets and plus a 6-star roulette ticket. Better be ready, get set, and have 5 events. We'll have to go for your own pick, and this segment will go for all race and all-wheel drive. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. So let's get started and ready to go for today's weekly challenge. So it gets much more cooler out there to have some other 4 vehicles, including where the other 4 has now been seen to go review until Spec 3 will coming soon until December by next month. But even perhaps the other 2 vehicles, as we have everything to sell in our own eyes, as we've seen the Renault E-Space F1 and the Polestar 5 sedan electric vehicle 2026 is going to be more likely to be coming to GT7 as well. But not to mention, when you're having a one good interesting page article when you're on GT Planet, Big Mike's Honolulu wins GT Award at Los Angeles Fan Fest is now been officially will be coming to Gran Turismo 7 for the future upcoming updates. This is going to get much more cooler out there, and I can't wait to see the other vehicles and even the other 8 cars as well, as we still might need to have a 1 month away. We'll always have to be patient at any time, along with some 2 Chinese manufacturer car brands will be more likely to join in as well. So let's get on to Grand Valley Highway 1 and take the reverse in American Sunday Cup 600, and I'm about to go for the Ford Focus RS 2018 with a Dispenser Cam original variation with Rosa Maria in it. One other thing perhaps, as I just recently enjoyed watching the season finale of Dispenser Cam Season 4, but I mean, what? Logan Bell is in for the win? Man, I can't believe it that he did a lot of good, overcome with many obstacles, and embrace it to becoming as a true athlete. But I really think I should really prefer to go for supporting on Jay Tonko, but well, maybe perhaps UDRS character pick will might have to go for automatically to help myself to go for a decision of pick. But after all, it still have one other reaction moment for all Dispenser Cam fans out there, and I kinda think I have no reaction at all. No reaction at all. So I had to get myself prepared and ready to race, and number 1 stage will go rolling start on 10th place after the 3-second countdown. So let's get it on and go hatchback all-wheel drive versus American muscle cars. One good type and bearing up to have the same country of the energy. First turn coming in, after overtake Nicholas Revealer in the Dodge Challenger RT 1970, and there's P. Ortiz in the Plymouth Superford 1970 to go and proceed to have the S-turn on the short chicane. Got a good eye on A. Cachal in the yellow Chevy Camaro SS 2016 along with B. Nito. Have the tunnel, go curve up the left, and full straightaway by enter the bridge. Alright, very good. and gonna have to go by 9 seconds in the gap distance before sector 2 will go proceed and fill the line to go in all-wheel drive style to see some American muscle cars will go pack up to go in front-wheel drive. The characteristics is all about to have the best skills with any kinds of specific vehicles will go full balance in all-wheel drive. So that's one race for only one good all-wheel drive sports car to go hatchback, but for only this main type, and just see how it feels. Moving on in 6th place, and gonna have to get closer towards Emily Jones in the Ford Mustang Foss 429 1969 along with A. Felix. Have sector 2 to go clear at the end, and moving up in 3rd sector. So heads up, classic American muscle cars. One hatchback coming up and go sporty in style. Okay, E. Cook is in 4th place. Just have to get careful and make a double overtake on Camaro C28 and the Dodge Charger RT 426 Hemi 1969. 3rd plate coming in and go around to have the last 2 turns remain before lap 2 coming up, and get prepared for myself. Will be embrace it to go all-wheel drive time attack. Alright, that's more like it. So I have a good eyes on Daniel Solis in the Dodge Viper GTS 2002 before entered in lap number 2 by 2 minutes 14.812 seconds. Well, I kind of think I've always had to go for Team Subaru because of Daniel Solis, despite of all the best effort out there, but his fans are cheering him on, and he did his best out there ever since racing at Michelin Raceway World Atlanta for the Manufacturers Cup in the first part during the 3rd round of the GTWS at Los Angeles. But as I ever said before, I may have no reaction at all because every other Gran Turismo players are been rooting on to have a good eyes on the top 3 drivers to go hard in 1st place until Angel Inestrosa comes in and take the win by having a comeback moment. But that's good for him, and representing Team Porsche as well to have the best moment out there to have a best race of all time. So I'll have to get down to do a lot of more continuation on the 2nd lap in the middle of the race. Good thing 1st place coming up and overtake the most V10 engine sports car to have Daniel Solis will be placed in 2nd, as I had to go hard and achieve to be on the all-wheel drive in 1st. One good fan art suspension camp livery coming up, and have sector 2 will get there soon before coming back again on sector 3 to have the best turn to go on the hairpin. Just have that turn to go inside here, follow the line, and amp up the top speed to go around by 90 miles per hour to have a few turns to go on the S's. Okay, that's very good. Just have to keep it up. And then round 2 for the Toyota Land Cruiser will have to be prepared to go on standby to be driving on the asphalt after the last race, since Fisherman's Ranch to go for only 1 lap only. But hill climb is going to have to take a next step, just like using the Fiat 500 1965 ever since last year. So gonna have to go look ahead, final lap coming up, and improve for my faster run time in 2 minutes 12.174 seconds. So I have to go for another round to have a faster all-wheel drive time attack. Got to stay on the gap distance by range until 6 seconds will be going up on the update. Alright, very nice. Onto the chicane S to get shorter and descend below to have the main position on the turn to go back to the bridge. Gonna have to switch it to the 3rd person view, and gonna have to take a sightseeing view out there to have a nice good moment in the season of fall. Okay, going back on sector 2. Okay, just keep it slow. Gonna have to take a little bit more pressure on the brakes and keep it much more stable on condition check. Okay, that's a good turn. So I just really come to think of it, as I still have some few other Season 2 Suspension Camp characters, as I had to be well placed as original variation to go in beta style. But how about I'll have to wait until the remake treatment. We might have to take some time for DreamArt livery style dispenser, while the upcoming 5th season in Fans vs. Favors, along with Season 2 of Tom Jake as well. But man, I can't think my successful fan art project might have to be ready up to have a major on development, so I had to do it for myself and get planned to have a major help and support. But I know I always have to go freelance and artist style to be as an indie artist, and I'm about to go for craving up to go cooking up to have some new treatments and perhaps the comparison, just like the beta version on Season 2 Suspension Camp characters and the remake as well, just like they have the references of the same energy from Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 to be putting up on the remake. But different types and different franchise series where to go for different roles and perspective. But look at the time, viewers. Looks like I just got myself to go podium finish in first place, and race number 1 on the weekly challenge in the first week of November is clear. So that's one race clear for all-wheel drive, and the standing results as I already got by a faster run time in Dirt Lab by 2 minutes 10.593 seconds and a total time of 6 minutes 37.579 seconds. But talk about having one V10 sports car versus hatchback sedan vehicle, but it would be well deserved to have a one good racing opportunity to have enough upgraded parts. But good dang, 67,500 GT credit and go attempted by warm-up and earns by 100,000 Gran Turismo credit to be received as well before the next replay to go for the content on thumbnail image. So let's do it, and the best place to be on the bridge. Got to have the thumbnail image capture ready, and here is the right scene right over here. Just have to take it slow and save this content replay by doing one good picture example. Gonna have to go exit, and there you go. So let's go for round 2 at Outstage Test Course Reverse, and better grab the Toyota Land Cruiser. We'll be ready up and have yourself to go hill climb and racing exercise. If you have enough parts, we'll be set to go recommend. This will do 5-lap challenge to go in first place to have your best ways on the achieved goal objective, just to let you know to have the best possibility after Fisherman's Wrench to go driving on the dirt. But now, it's about to go driving on the asphalt to see how you can do very well to have enough parts to go applied, and 5 laps will be put it to the test, and be prepared yourself to go driving on a few turns on less, and the hill climb itself is going to get much more tricky out there to have enough horsepower if you're about to be packed up to go with a fully customized transmission. So the gang's here. 10 car participation in the same Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40V. Here I go. Let's find out and see how it feels. We'll have to keep a nice and center control of the gravity when using a single 4x4 classic off-roader vehicle to be driving to the road. 10 plays coming up. First lap, we'll be prepared myself to go full steps in all-wheel drive exercise. But first and second turn is about to come around and go on single overtake by one Land Cruiser at a time. Okay, very good. Just have to keep a good passive in driving without going aggressive. But here comes sector 2, just what I've been talking about, folks. It's going to get a little bit much more tricky, so use it wisely. It's going to get a little bit rough on the edge to have yourself to keep a nice and full control balance. See? Not so hard, wasn't it? But this will do one extra tip if you're about to be going as a true clean racer. In order to do that, this will do a very much more easy race to have enough parts, including with a high turbocharged RPM to have this race, but it's all about having a full control as a concentrated driver. It's all about to have a best effort and just have to go all the way onto the main first position by a round earlier onto the second lap. Fastest lap has now been placed and achieved by a minute 4.155 seconds, and moving on in 4th place to have a watchful eye on the last 3 remaining drivers. Okay, A. Colette has now been dropped to the 4th, and there's L. Simon in 2nd place. Okay, brake zone coming in, just as planned, and go steeper on the hill climb to have a good force on the center control gravity, but it's gonna have to get a little bit much more careful to use it wisely to have the inside position to go follow the line. But talk about having a management is gonna have to save yourself to have a one good stepping stone approaches to lose enough balance. Now onto the final turn on the hairpin, and here's K. Parat in first place. Gonna have to go for it. Halfway point on lap number 3 to put up onto my fastest lap record in 1 minute 2.099 seconds. Almost there. I'll have to make it nice and deaccelerate and just have to go a little bit much more carefully. That's more like it, but save it for only 2 more laps to go. Right back on sector 2 is going to get much more usual to be exactly as planned. Just have dirt gear and keep up the pressure when you're going over by 40 miles per hour. Okay, that's better. Now going to switch up onto the first person dashboard and give it on sector 3. We'll take that last turn on the hairpin. Okay, here comes the penultimate, just not yet at least, but it's going to get a little bit more harder that you might need to keep things up to go for a little bit more skill strategy to be dropping on baby steps. But baby steps is going to be quite helpful, just to let you know to have this race and the special event itself as round 2 for the Toyota Land Cruiser is all about to have the skills will be put up to the test and face the hill climb if you're about to overcome the obstacles. Just to have to take that first position and go around to keep it nice and shake it up. Okay, that's good. Just only have 1 minute 1.478 seconds, and save it for the final lap as I had to get back around to go for the same turn on the usual sector 3. So I had to go in there, take that accelerator, we'll have to go enter to the final lap, and average time will go into the final lap. Okay, gonna have to go for it. Brake well to be careful, and have turn 1 and 2 will be positionized to go around and have that main position to stay follow the trail. Okay, let's do it one more time. Let's have dirt gear coming up and keep it nice and centered to stay at least in over 40 miles per hour. Successful, and work it up to have a good all-wheel drive classic 4x4 two-door off-roader to have a nice and skill balance. Will always have to keep yourself to stay safe. Now here comes for the final stretch. Better be quick about it, and it's gonna have to go over by 1 minute. And there we go. The record approved, and finish line to go place in number 1 spot to have checkmark number 2 for the first week of November as the official weekly challenge. Safe, all-wheel drive, and climbing up is the 3 recipes to have round 2 for the Toyota Land Cruiser as a special event is gonna have to go for dropping up on the tarmac. Total time in 5 minutes 10.716 seconds, and here is my fastest lap record, folks. 1 minute 1.323 seconds in number 5 lap. Quickly to be pleased, and solid fun work out there to have a second dispenser camp livery to go for a join-in session to have a good placement as a remake version. But I still have some other plans to do it for myself after finishing up in all 5 races at once. But there's going to be having one unexpected anime themed livery that I just designed myself to go on DIY. But I'll have to make sure to find out soon, and here's a 3-star roulette ticket just to make sure to have a progress to go in race number 2 well done to have the next race to go on number 3. Just give me a moment to have a placement on domino image by around in 2 minutes and 50 seconds to be take place on the scene. But, however, I'll have to switch up the view and just have to go for a perspective to have the main seat in the house. Okay, that should do well, and one capture domino image to be well seen, and have this one to go for a save replay. With all that, let's have race number 3. We'll be driving to Colorado Springs and have yourself to go for the Ford F-150 Raptor 2011 or the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro 2019, as I had to go and putting up with the UDRS Inspirtech livery, as the next race will go halfway point and proceed onward to have the third part in all race in all-wheel drive. Here comes the 454 pickup truck. We'll be moving on, viewers. So I got the car settings. We'll be packed up to go equip on dirt tires, as the suspension, LSD, all the other parts, especially with the supercharger on the high-end torque and plus racing intercooler, are about to go fully well equipped, and adds up with a fully customizable transmission to have the drivetrain and clutch flywheel for racing, and the carbon propeller shaft has now been set and raring to go. So let's have the big boys. We'll be taking the turn after the Land Cruiser since Fisherman's Ranch to go off-roading. 3 laps around in Colorado Springs Lake. Here I come, and the clean racing skills will have to play nice and go skill handling to have a safety measures to go for a skill of the line. But there's going to be having a 4th round of the race, as I had decided to go for the Lamborghini Urus 2018 at Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit in Race to Turbo Sports Car after the 454 pickup truck race at Colorado Springs. So I'll have to get to it and be prepared to go clean racing off-roading to be proceed and exercise caution. Gotta do this quickly and have the position to go inside to have a right place to overtake at T. Bayless, as I had to go catch up to El Portilla in 10th place. So I had to look ahead, viewers. 3 Ford F-150 Raptors accompany, and 1 green Toyota Tundra TRD Pro 2019 is now been seen on position 7. Got to do this by one at a time and take the outside to go corner by corner and elevate. We'll have to stay and maintain center of gravity to go for a low amount of position. Okay, very nice. Gonna have to sneak right in and get behind on position 7 to have a one-way ticket to go quickly overtake before the next turn. It's about to go for a little bit more stepping up the jump. That should do well, and 1 Japanese 454 off-roading vehicle will have to be on the main objective to catch up in about 15.1 seconds to go. Only 6 drivers left to go, so I have to stay on track and keep it wisely to go driving in off-roading style. Gonna push it to the limit and catch us up to a Felix in sector 4 towards the final turn at the end of the first lap. Alright, right on track. Mendoza in 5th place before coming up on lap number 2. That's a minute, 49.276 seconds. Good clear on turn 1 and make the best advantage to go quicker on Be Better on turn 2. Will be shifted up to the gear. Got a good eye on the orange F-150 Raptor, and this will have to take a little bit more short seconds on the patient. Gonna have to hold it in, and short straightaway coming up on sector 1 and sector 2 by the entrance. Okay, very well, impressive and skillful for a Japanese 454 pickup truck. Still got the same roots and same effect handling, just like the 2011 Ford F-150 Raptor. Next up for the opponent, Feet Nito in 3rd place along with Daniel Solis and B. Balladur. Gonna have to take one jump, keep it nice, and gonna have to get closer to be well exactly to have the right side and left side overtake to choose the main path. Okay, there you go. Just hop it to a drop and go faster off-roading skill. Let's turn it up and get back on sector 4 and about one more lap to go. Okay, very nice to be competent, skillful, and watchful eye on incoming opponents to be reaching up ahead. Okay, Daniel Solis still got this one, and here comes the final lap. Got to stay ahead by doing one for F-150 Raptor. Gonna have to go for it and take turn 2 by climbing up and make that slide turn to go around on turn 3. Okay, excellent and very skillful. If the Chevy Silverado is going to be more likely to be joined into GT7 to have an expected dot prediction. So let's get back on sector 2 and first place for team UDRS Insportec on the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro 2019. Faster lap time to go update in a minute, 47.233 seconds. Fantastic, skillful, and off-roading to find a good dirt racing line. Always have to keep it careful because it's still got some very good excellency to have an off-roader to face up with many obstacles ever since the reverse layout on the Toyota GR Yaris RC High Performance 2020. But I still have one other way perhaps because it's going to be much more impossible to beat this course in reverse direction to go for the golden record. But it takes pressure, so I had to use it wisely, and having enough strength will have to be improvised to get all the turns and corners at once, but the elevation is going to get much more trickier out there for only one Toyota off-roading wheel-going vehicle. And here comes the checker flag. Bring it home and finish line in first place to be received on dirt checkmark. Yeah, I still have the skills to have the simulation of the off-roading 4x4 pickup truck, but not yet at least. As I ever said before earlier, we'll always have to go for another kind of a 4x4 SUV will be turbocharged to go ready up. As of right now for the third race, 5 minutes, 19.72 seconds in the total time, and new set of the fastest lap record on lap number 3 in 1 minute, 43.463 seconds, as I got one double up on clean bonus in 45,000 GT credits. 50% to be added, and there you go to be exactly to have a 200,000 Gran Turismo credit, but in that case, I'll have to save it at least until going right back up to 100 million soon. Now then, let's do a thumbnail image and go for a duration on the replay to go in 2 minutes and 40 seconds to be take place right over here onto the main scene during lap number 2. Just get closer and much more indeed to have the content replay to help myself to go for the UDRS livery to go proceed on race number 3. Well done. So let's go to Mount Panorama in Racer Turbo Sports Car, and this will bring out to have some sports car, hybrid car, and one super SUV will be pursued to be joined in session. I hope you guys are about to be prepared for the moment. Penultimate race number 4 will be going SUV turbocharger versus sports car on the main class. So I have one hard racing compound tires to be set, and all the parts are about to be installed to go in 896 horsepower at 670.08 performance point, thanks to the titanium connecting rods and pistons, and increased body rigidity has still remained to go fitted and installed since 3 races from the previous weekly challenge as special event. I hope the Lamborghini Urus 2018 is about to begin. Ready up and go penultimate race number 4 in the first week of the November weekly challenge to take 5 laps in Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit. It's going to get much more full party participation to have one reserve super SUV crossover are about to go pack up in a turbocharged high gear by facing in 4 sectors to go elevate in a series of hill climb, and downhill will be very challenging to go on the exercise. Everyone is here. So let's go for it, and I bet every sports car are about to feast their eyes on the Lamborghini Urus is about to become as a challenger. We'll be ready to begin. First lap, here I come, and embrace it to go for a 454 SUV. We'll go pedal to the metal. I'll have to start out and overtake Manuel Rodriguez in the Skyline R34 GT B Spec 2, and also for the Nissan Verleih C300CX Twin Turbo 2-seater 1989 driven by the Nobori. Got to go on Sector 2 by proceed in the second corner. I'll have to play nice and early overtake to go past on Ethan Lim in the Nismo 400R 1995. With this race, by using the Lamborghini Urus 2018 is very more indeed to have a crossover SUV without the type of the sports car, but will pack up to go equipped with a turbocharged to go for the main type of aspiration. Very well reserved and take on with some few other tuned sports car, just like Daniel Solis when driving on the Garage RCR Honda Civic. So made it to the top and go halfway point at the end of the second sector, so I'll have to brace for myself before going downhill on Sector 3. Got to go slow in formation and be very extra careful. This race is going to get much more crowded out there, to use it wisely and drive it to be patient. Okay, got a one signal on the taillight. Just have to get down, and last turn on the session for Sector 3. Better be quick about it, and opening spot will be proceed by overtake. That's more like it. Time to kick it up into high gear and overtake Emily Jones in the BMW M2 Competition 2018. Okay, that's more like it. Good thing I just went past by and overtake Takuma Minasono in the Subaru WRX STI Type S 2014. Fourth sector coming up and 10th position to go proceed into the middle of the halfway point early. Got to go look ahead. Last turn is already clear and full stretch will be proceed onward, as I had to go passing on Robert Heck in the BMW M2 Competition 2018 by entered on lap 2. There you go, and go on the double overtake on the GR Super RC 2020 and Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 GSR 1999. Okay, just have to go on maintain formation. Gonna stick to it and get behind on Igor Fraka in 5th place. Moving on to the 6th and go around on turn 2 to keep it nice and steady up to go for a standby procedure to have the right place to go opening overtake. Does only have 4 more turbocharged sports cars to go. Only one SUV turbocharger to get up onto the top of the hill. Okay, just have to use it wisely. Got to go around and proceed to the Solvent Park. Looks like Mikhail Hisal and Baleo Gallo are about to go for the battle of 3rd place. But let me in to join the party. It's going to get much more quite suited to have a classic and modern Japanese sports car. Will be proceed to be back on Sector 3 by taking the downhill. Okay, the Subaru Impreza 22B-STI 1998 is going on the 3rd, and that means for Baleo Gallo in a Honda Civic Type R Type FL5 2022 is on 4th place. Gotta be quick about it. Just save it for only one more turn to go, and right back in directly on the straightaway to be in the middle part to go on Sector 3 at the end and early Sector 4. Okay, 3rd place coming up, and that means H. Chiba in the Nissan GTR 2017 as I saw him in 2nd place. Okay, let's take it slow. Make that handling to go respawn and cruising up to go in 4th gear of the offense. It's going to get much more heavy and fast because the hard racing compound tires is the best offense will be packed up into the high gear to go on first races to be in the 5-lap challenge. But almost there at least. Dirt lap on the halfway point, just only have 2 more to go. We'll go on the main odds on the R35 GTR 2017. So there goes second place, and that means Donovan Parker in the Ford Escort RS Cosworth 1992 is in the lead. Just have to do this once and make that right side to go clear on the passing overtake, and here it goes for the Lamborghini Urus where Team UDRS Insportec is in the lead. Now then, gonna have to go build up the defense and wait until Robert Heck on 8th place for the BMW M2 competition to see how faster can he go. But it might be possible if the R35 GTR 2017 is now been remain on 3rd place. Let's see some top dog turbocharged contenders and see how it works up to go on the main chase to catch up on the Lamborghini Urus, as I still have the fastest lap record in 2 minutes 25.092 seconds to go back on sector 3. Okay, good job. Now gonna have to take the last 2 turns on downhill before going back on the straightaway. Okay, skillful talent, and roll it up on gear number 6. Gear 7 will kick it up. Okay, early brake check, and go back on sector 4. But wow, 8.8 seconds until almost at 9 seconds. Talk about having a best running ever out there. But there goes Robert Heck in 6th place. He's about to catch up to Macau himself soon. Gonna have to keep going. 4th lap will coming up to take the penultimate run, as I got myself to go for a new record run in 2 minutes 19.407 seconds. But there's Hernandez in 3rd place. He's about to go for it to take on Donovan Parker, when I had to go in faster on going in 1st place. Still might need to do some exercise on hill climb to take the 2nd sector. Gonna have to go on the brake and have turn 2 will go on around onto the Benz curve. 10.9 seconds is coming along nicely. But absolutely indeed to see the Urus is going to get much more turbocharged pack up to face up with Koch Berlin and the Maserati MC20 2020. But however, it still has some skills of Italian vehicle type, and also to have a dipper of performance for Lamborghini Urus that can go up and have a lot of good horsepower to be carried over by 880. But even less, that will have to do much more one way for another to have a turbocharged pack up to go for a full maximum overdrive, and see how it turns out to go for your own personal station of the balance of performance. Just only have to take a clear by skill, and full braking position on any corners on different tracks will be going on the driving line. But that's the spirit. Just have to go and update for my current gap distance from behind on other 15 drivers in 14.7 seconds. Best run time in a minute and 45 seconds to go resume during on sector 4. So let's keep it slow. Looks like Hernandez has now been made it on 2nd place after overtake Donovan Parker's Ford Escort RS Cosworth 1992. But I believe Robert Heck is about to keep up to go faster offense as he's getting closer towards H. Shiba in the Nissan GTR R35 2017 before putting myself as the final lap is going on the main highlight. So I'm about to go for it. One more lap, and time attack after 2 minutes 17.836 seconds to be placed to go for a new record run. Gonna have to go in full high-speed offense and beat the clock and beat the time on one single lap at the moment. Okay, short-term memory on the Urus did well. Gonna have to go on turn 3. Let's bring that 454 SUV to go climbing up and make it to the top. Oh yeah, that's more like it. SUV driving exercise style to go hill up the climb. Okay, eyes on the corner before third sector. We'll take the dive in on the hill by one more time to go. Early brake check and steady up to go quickly and possible to stay on the clean. Okay, that 17 seconds is going well nicely, and it's about to go trailblazer soon onto the halfway point around the track. Just wait until the 16th place driver to be early onward to have the 5th lap is going on turn 1 to be clear. One more sector to go. Looks like the Urus is about to go high speed and brute force. Gonna have to take that turn to go smooth and steady up quickly. It still have the best 454 all-wheel drive SUV, has now been well inspired and bring out to have a good pace of the acceleration to go driving on the course to go on the tarmac. And here comes the final stretch. Gonna be ready and take home the podium for race number 4 has been checked, obtained, and have the last race for the WTC 700 at Dragon Trail Gardens Reverse for all Group 4 race car. And thankfully, only one reserve crossover SUV is now being packed up to go for a maxed out performance to go simultaneously to have a minimum of balance. Total time in 11 minutes 48.141 seconds, and here is the 5th lap record to have myself to go faster. 2 minutes 15.650 seconds in Racer Turbo Sports Car at Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit. Alrighty then, and there goes 135,000 Gran Turismo credit has been earned and double up to go 50% on clean bonus. That's more like it, and it's going to get closer to be reaching up back to 100 million Gran Turismo credit to go adding up by over 1,000. But let's try for only one thumbnail image to go for a best seen in the perspective thumbnail image by the captured. It's going to be take place by around in turn 2. Gonna be ready and have that scene to go around. Well, maybe good enough. And number 4 content replay has been saved. That's good enough. So, time for me to grab the Subaru WRX Group 4 with my UDRS Inspirtech, and this time I'm about to have my own OC Cerulean Rivers. We'll go driving and feel the flow to have everything all I got to go for a high turbocharged RPM to take 10 laps around in the reverse direction on Dragon Trail Gardens. With all 4 races has now been cleared to have wheel-going vehicles for the Ford Focus RS 2018 in American Sonic Cup 600 at Grand Valley Highway 1 Reverse. Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40V is now been well done to have the second round as a special event in 1-make category, along with pickup truck race at Colorado Springs and Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit in Racer Turbo Sports Car by using the Lamborghini Urus 2018. Group 4 race car is about to begin and have one more Group 4 race car to go in all-wheel drive to have the last race in the first week of the November Weekly Challenge. Hope I'm ready and get set to go competition all-wheel drive and GT4 class style. This will do by 8 times the tire wear and 10 times the fuel consumption rate to have 2 times the possibility when you enter at the pits. But better make sure to grab your strategy and enter the track. We'll always have to be prepared yourself to go for only 1 race and 10 laps around the course. So I got all the parts and one high turbocharged RPM to be amped up to be ready up. And here comes the rolling start. We'll be initiate the countdown in about 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Fuel map is all set to go on lane 6. Take the first turn and get behind M. Mendoza in the Aston Martin B8 Vantage Group 4. Just have to get closer on turn 2 and go full speed acceleration to catch up on C. Healy in position 18 with a Genesis G70 GR4. Just wait until the first sector to go clear by around in sector 2. Momentarily decide to go drive well to go on the line and keep up with the concentration to feel the flow. Have the radar to go monitor surveillance, and here comes the second sector to go around on each part of the turns. That's more like it. Moving on to the 18 and 27-second gap distance has now been set to go active. Okay, gonna have to go approaching on the hairpin. First lap, we'll go for an easygoing step and drive well to go all-wheel drive competition is at the ready. Gonna have to catch up to T. Kato in the Audi TT Cup 2016 and steady up to go offense to catch up towards M. McGowan in the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 4. Let's have the best part of the turn to go on the corkscrew, reinforce it, and have that last turn to go closer during the end of sector 3. Alrighty then, go on the 15th position and go to the second lap in about 25.7 seconds left to go, and here comes onto the first turn to catch up to Kei Kawakami in the Lexus RCF Group 4. Okay, there's Adam Tapai in the Ford Mustang Group 4 as well. 13th place is right on the scene. Okay, they're about to go on the brake position and got my best advantage every yet to have 2 FR Group 4 racers and 1 all-wheel drive competent skill to stay on the track. Okay, that was a close call. Just had myself to go for a recent faster lap record to go average on the warm-up in just a minute, 43.197 seconds. Okay, let's take that hairpin to go on the brake zone. Make that position to go steady right. So I see Ed Portilla in the Dodge Viper Group 4 in position 12, along with T. Sugawara as well. It's only down to 24.5 seconds left, and right back on track to go proceed in sector 3. Heads up, looks like yellow flag on signal, looks like G. Megalo in the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution Final Edition Group 4. Okay, green's out, and that means we'll have to be proceed to go on safe. Man, that was so very close. I should have this one to go placement to have a much more better procedure to have a different Group 4 race car to stay master in the all-wheel drive layout. But remember viewers, during the part of the exhibition series where the Manufacturers Cup has now been well set to go officially underway after the Nations Cup. But I'm glad that other Gran Turismo players is going to be more likely to be take part as well to have the same kind of a Group 4 category as more Group 3 race car will have to be on the main date schedule as we're about to take a one stop-by visit in sport mode. But I always have to go here for only one participation in every lap time challenge as I still have a pending on focus on the gold record when using the Chaparral 2J 1970 at Watkins Glen International Long Course. But very hard work and tough as nails will go historical racing Can-Am competition to be practiced on the grade. But look ahead viewers, looks like the weather forecast is about to be changed from sunny day into partly cloudy because there will be having some rain coming up soon to be expected. Just have to keep going and working all the way to have myself to be on the main focus as planned to go usual in the top 3 spot. So let's get back onto Sector 3 and try this again without any incoming on the yellow zone. But hold on, looks like Mikhail Isao is about to get a little bit more careful to be attempted off the track and get back in to stay on focus. But good recovery, and one same Subaru WRX Group 4 still got this one to be competent in motion. Just have to do this once and make it much more quicker to have the 4th lap after finishing up on lap number 3. Okay, there's Patrick Basson in the Suzuki Swift Group 4. Right on track and proceed to go on position 9. He's only down to 24.4 seconds left, so I still have to go for a faster chase for a mastering of the all-wheel drive Group 4 racer in about sub-gap in just 1.2 seconds to catch up to CT Sugawara in the Porsche Cayman GT4 Cross Sport 2016. Okay, that was close. A little bit more pressure on the brake, and much as clever to have a watchful eye to get there onto the radar to be monitor check. Okay, it's about to get a little bit more turning up the headlights. Light percentage on the rain, and just have to keep racing to be resumed without any trouble. But still have some less percentage, but it will be alright to have a partly cloudy to go into condition. Okay, there's Coque Lopez. I'm about to catch up to the BMW M4 Group 4 until the last turn is already in and going around. Still totally got this one, and moving to the halfway point to have the 5th lap is going on the number 5 laps remain. Okay, there's R. Kebbelham in the Toyota A6 Group 4, and that means I'm about to have the upper hand advantage to go quicker on the offense. But not yet at least. Looks like T. Yamanaka, Ryuta Kokubun, and Berleo Gallo is on the top 3 position, is about to go for a little bit more fierce chase on the battle. But you might have to stay on track to catch up with the top 3 drivers, just like as you already seen it from Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta from the 3rd round of the GTWS Manufacturers Cup at Los Angeles. Fierce dramatic and fierce intense battle to see 3 cars are about to go out and take the battle onto the top 3 spot to get up in the first. Okay, looks like I see some incoming percentage spot has been expected. Blue and green spot are about to be heading up towards Dragon Trail Gardens. Gotta be ready for it, and this will go determine on racing intermediate or heavy wet. But I mean, it's gonna get a lot out there to go on the heavy rain effect. Just have to use it wisely and be prepared what's coming next. So I'll have to do this before going to the pits. Just have to stay behind on Daniel Solis and Randall Haywood. Just have to do this right now and just have to go directly to the pit stop early as possible. Alright, let's do this and switch it on Racing Slick tires to go on rain tires to be needed as a request. Just have my team to be ready and go for practice of the strategy to go pit by pit and one time only. But wow, looks like the wet surface just came upon arrival and it's about time to go for a best advantage ever yet. Let's do the 6th lap and go onward to be ready to go for a 1 step ahead advantage. Okay, looks like Mendoza just took a hit. I mean, that one might have to bring out to have the most dramatic references from The Simpsons. Yep, maybe I just really gonna have to watch some of the clips from The Simpsons after the race is over. So here goes. Just have to keep it nice and steady and go skill competent in motion to be racing in the wet asphalt. Okay, nice and easy, nice and easy. Keep it slow, and I see some waters are about to be splashing around. Okay, looks like it's getting a little bit maxed out. But I got the advantage, and gap distance is going to get much more longer to be well beat to have a requirement to go by 39 seconds. But not yet at least. It'll have to get closer to have a good eyes on the magenta. We'll be reaching up to go on the max percentage. So I have to be very much more extra careful, just like the previous lap since last time, as I still have to be much more closer when I have to get overtake on T. Sugawara. And there it goes. Looks like the top 3 drivers are about to be heading out to the pits. Okay, let's go for it. Now's the time to go for the best advantage ever yet. Okay, 3 more laps to go, and right on cue. Ryota Kokubun in the Mazda 3 Group 4 is in the scene. So I could dance it and drive it to the wet. Okay, keep it nice and slow. It's going well nicely. And gonna have to stay behind on Kokubun's current position if I had to take that best chance to go for upper hand overtake. But not yet to have a new updated fastest lap time record. Just have to keep a good watchful eye out, and then 3 more laps will be reminded on the station. Just have to make that good flow technique to be planned as exactly for my beloved blue hair OC. She wants me to do it all I got. Okay, looks like the rain stopped, and going back into clear weather skies has now been well bright on sunny day to be early as expected. So the outlap has been worn up, and go clear on the green light as I have to be proceed to go finishing up at the end of the 7th lap. Okay, let's go to the final corner and follow the helicopter as I'm about to go full stretch and watchful eye on the main time to go flow in the wet spot asphalt. But sunlight may have a few minutes until the asphalt is about to get a little bit more dry soon. But I'll have to keep going. This will take some time and go for a while to have a percentage to go on the decrease before taking 2 more laps to go. Okay, let's go, 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 and keep up with the offense. Looks like Baleo Gallo has now been going back on 2nd place along with Ryota Kokubun in the 3rd. And that means T. Yamanaka has now been well seen to go place on number 4 spot. I'm always have to keep a good watchful eye out on the grid standings. Just have to get down and go racing clarified with some usual opponents on every Group 4 cars. We'll always have to drive well to go on mandatory pits. But this main session of the challenge is going to have to take 2 times a pit stop due to the rain forecast has about to go for the heavy rain. Still have a good grip and have the wet spots. We might need to have an extra strength. We'll be kicking up to the high gear. Okay, let's take that corkscrew to go down below sleep. Okay, terrific. Gonna have to take that half amount of water percentage. Gonna go around to the final turn and save it at least. And here comes the last place driver as the marshals are about to wave out the blue flag. 9th lap coming up, and not yet at least to have a received faster lap time and still remain in 1 minute 43.197 seconds. Just have average time in 1 minute 50.564 seconds. Just have to keep going and roll it out to have a round to go for the next phase of time attack. Okay, drive well to be safe. Almost there. Got to go. Group 4 Trailblazer soon to be heading back in Sector 2. It's only have 46 seconds. Still have to keep going and make it closer towards Mendoza in position 20 in the Aston Martin Vantage Group 4. And there goes right now. Blue's out, and first place driver will be proceed to keep going. Okay, very nice. Easy does it. And looks so carefully to have a good eyes on 2 drivers coming around on position 19 on Mikhail Isal in the Subaru WRX Group 4 is in the scene. Okay, I'll have to switch things up and go on the right side track. Final lap, and gonna have to save it for only 1 recovery to have the tires to stay in the front. 10th lap, let's go for it. Got to make that sacrifice with a point of no return. Okay, there we go. Just have to switch things up and do a better approaches to have the wet spots to go safe and sound. Okay, it's about to get a little bit low on grip soon. Better hurry up and keep going to have 2 more sectors left. Talk about having a pressure, and it's going to get a little bit low on grip soon. And here comes the early sunset to go feel the horizon. Okay, there we go. I'll have to take that last resort and just have to save myself to go for 1 step risk of the procedure to go for only 1 turn to get back onto the corkscrew by the alternative path. Okay, drive well to be pleased, and front left tires has just been worn out down to 0. Got to make that sacrifice. Every race counts, and it's going to get well risked and save myself without going off the track. So let's go, 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 and take home the final stretch. This will do very nicely and have the average lap time to go clear in the podium. Yes sirree, and first place has now been succeeded by 5 times the done. First place in race number 5 of November Weekly Challenge number 1 is complete for the World Touring Car 700 at Dragon Trail Gardens. 2 times a pit stop and 1 full race in the all-wheel drive Group 4 competition has come together for only 1 race to be so far out there. With 18 minutes, 32.266 seconds by 1 lap in just 1 minute, 43.197 seconds has now been well set to go for a basic of warm-up to go for advanced challenge. Now that's what I call to have a 1 standard race to go for 115,000 Gran Turismo credit without a clean bonus. Just to let you know, every race will always have to do your own Group 4 race car to go for a same drivetrain in 4-wheel drive. And there's a 6-star roulette ticket has been obtained and earned. before getting closer towards 100 million Gran Turismo credit, as I'm about to be heading back to the GT garage after the 5th race will be needed to have a content replay by Thumbnail Image. So let's go for 6 minutes and 40 seconds to have a good eyes on the scene view. Just like that, and make it much more better out there to have the deemed condition to go in partly cloudy. But it was okay. Only one race without double up on clean bonus, just to make sure we always have to get your mind to be focused on the competition. That is how having a one single practice race is very more important when you're about to be taking one stop-by visit in sport mode. We'll always have to get yourself improved, train, and have your driver rating will always have to go up on the letter A and plus itself. And that is why Group 4 race car will have to take a competent skill. We'll be racing up to go in all-wheel drive to have some other 4 events we'll be doing on realistic. We'll always have to help yourself to go for only 2 types with understeer and oversteer whenever you like to have your own style of the strategy. Looks like small payday is ready to go green light, folks. Got to do this right now and go earn up by 200,000 Gran Turismo credit and save for only one more by the ticket. And there you go. 100 million, 1,830 Gran Turismo credit and a 6-star roulette ticket has now been ready up to go receive on the gift. So I have to find out which one should I get. Just give me one car or more credits. I'll have to make a decision. And looks like I already got 500,000 Gran Turismo credit. Wow, that should be quite quick and very good enough exactly at least, but wow, didn't see that one coming, but what the heck. Maybe I'll have to do for only one 3-star ticket and this should call it for a day. Yep, I got everything to be filled in, and just make sure to spend a lot of currency credits. We might need to have one car available to be on the expensive when you're visiting at the electric car dealership. And there's only have one Nitro part to be compatible on the Hyundai Genesis Group B rally car. Recommend retail price by 100,000 Gran Turismo credits. But not to worry, viewers, I've already got one 3-star roulette ticket has been received. But this one, as the cursor itself has now been received to go for a second 3-star roulette ticket after the first one as original in case diary received by one Gran Turismo credit to go small earning. But it was alright, but good thing over 100 million GT credit has now been rated onto the max out to go back as usual. So, 5 races to go with 5 cars only to be placed up to go in all-wheel drive layout. So what do you guys think? It turns out very challenging and much more characteristic to go for a 4x4 to have 2 events when using the sport pickup truck race at Colorado Springs Lake for the Ford F-150 Raptor or the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro 2019. And as for the Lamborghini Urus 2018 as well when racing in Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit on Racer Turbo Sports Car. One super crossover SUV is going to be quite very indeed perfect to take on with some high performance sports car with a classic and modern vehicles to have the type of the road going category. It was excellent, amazing, and I kind of think about the other crossover SUV should be more likely to join in as well. But it takes requirements and the skill of characteristic to be packed up and filled with a high performance to go faster up in just under 700 performance point if you're about to go fully upgraded and modified and see how it works out to go perfectly in general for the racing type of the road going category. And as for the second round for the Toyota Land Cruiser for the 1-make category in outstage test course on the reverse direction. But boy, hill climbing is going to get much more riskier to have a nice center position if you're about to go for a maintain formation without going by using the gas. But after all, it takes skill, discipline, and much more resourceful required strategy if you're about to have this main turn of the advantage when you're on Sector 2 is going to get much more scarier to be expected. But try to overcome many obstacles, viewers. Every race and every car category itself to have a different role and characteristic to have some main types to go in 4-wheel drive. especially to have 2 races just like racing on in Dragon Trail Gardens, as I had to go for the Subaru WRX Group 4 with my OC Cerulean Rivers to go for a true blue of the racing competition. 2 weather conditions to have a sunny day and rain forecast, and that will bring out to have a good element of affixes to have this livery will go style and feel with a flow, along with Grand Valley Highway 1 and American Sunny Cup 600 when I was using the Ford Focus RS 2018 with a Dispenser Camp livery Rosa Maria. But speaking of Dispenser Camp liveries, as I still might need to have an updated variation, but it will be possible to keep the beta version variation as well, so this will have to go and wait on standby for DreamArt livery style dispenser. Might need to have one expansion to take some time for only one livery for another. But almost forgot one thing perhaps. I kinda think I have one anime themed livery that I just made for myself, as I said earlier. So here it is, you guys. This is the anime themed style livery I'm talking about. The Mazda RX-8 Spirit R 2012 with this different kind of an anime livery known as Igawa Isaki from Taimanin. But yeah, it is definitely might be quite very unexpected that I just designed this livery for myself, as I had to go DIY on time-lapse. But one presentation showcase might be well reviewed on debuts, so I kinda think making 3 Taimanin's liveries will be ready to go for a quest of 3-car collection. But I'll have to make sure to put it on temporarily, so if I had to start making for the next livery, I decided to go with the characters from The Simpsons. But yeah, maybe The Simpsons character liveries should be quite very good and much more exactly as well, but this kind of an anime livery turns out to be okay, and consider this to have this design variation to becoming as SFW. Well, I hope you like it, so I'll have to wait until the 2nd week of November. We'll have to wrap this up before at the end of the video, so I'll have to leave it to myself, and then this will have to call for a day to have 5 races to go in all-wheel drive style. But I can't wait to see how it turns out. But one more thing perhaps, as I still might need to keep working on for the Chaparral 2J 1970 at Watkins Glen International Long Course after watching from the Nations Cup of the GTWS Round 3 at Los Angeles. But good thing, yesterday turns out very nice and excited out there, and we still have to take a few more weeks to go before Spec 3 update will be coming out soon. But I can't wait. Yes, Marina Circuit awaits us. And I can't believe that I'm still thinking about the return of the Renault E-Space F1 is gonna be a best all-time nostalgia, just like the other cars since Gran Turismo 2. Hope I'm ready for it. This will have to take some time and be patient until we're about to be moving on in December. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on Dividend Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone who will join to get access for price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji by my OCs, and many features to support the channel by becoming a member. It's the best way to help out with the super thanks as an extra, will support and grow. And also check it out on my YouTube shorts that brings out with some presentation showcase with UTRS Inspirtech, Total Drama fan art, and Dispenser Camp fan art liveries, along with some various whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again at the next current video. Keep on racing, stay clean.